Hey guys, how's it going? ItZMuRdA here with a episode of Current Events. There's actually quite a bit of things going on that I want to mention, and I hope I don't forget because there's things I have open in the tabs here, and then there's even more things that I wanted to talk about. So actually, first, before I even go through these tabs, let me say that there are some events coming up. There is Community Clash. I guess I can start because I do have a tab for that. The Community Clash is finally happening. It was postponed 2 weeks now because of test server instability, but it is actually happening tonight. I will be participating in it alongside Future Crew. We're going up against the Iron Wolves, both really great competitive teams, so it should be a lot of fun. 24v24 format. It starts over at twitch.tv/AGNTV, or you can get the link from PlanetSideUniverse.com, or I'll put this link in the description as well. At 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central tonight. I won't be able to live stream it, but I will maybe either do a private stream or a local recording so that I can put up a video after the fact. But I'm not going to go ahead and do anything during their actual stream so as to not take away from that or cause any sort of undesirable circumstances or anything like that. But I definitely recommend you guys tune in. The community clashes are usually every Wednesday night, same place, same time. Um, like I said, with the exception of the last 2 weeks that were canceled for reasons outside of our control. But it's really a lot of fun. If you haven't watched the show before, I recommend you guys tuning in. It's kind of the competitive end of PlanetSide for the time being, at least, while MLG and all that stuff gets underway. And it's all like really community run and things like that, so it's a lot of fun. So tune into that. I'll be playing in it. Wish us luck, but either way, I think we'll all have some fun. The other thing is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific or 7 p.m. Eastern is our favorite show of all time, Command Center, on twitch.tv/PlanetSide2 with Matt Higbee and Tremel Isaac. It's if you don't tune into it, it's once a month, every second Thursday of the month. It's really a great show. They do some, like hidden giveaways and things like that. They talk about what's been going on with past updates, upcoming updates. They, usually like preview some stuff or things like that. Show us some concept art. It's a lot of fun. If you care about PlanetSide, it's worth tuning into if you can. And they always have like a VOD up and a YouTube version of it up after the fact if you weren't able to actually watch the show. But I recommend you guys tune into that tomorrow afternoon. Like I said, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/PlanetSide2. And then of course there is Friday Night Ops. That is 5 p.m. Pacific or 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday night every week with Maggie and Hama and all of that. They're going to be probably talking about the World Domination series some more, which is launching September 16th next week. And they're going to be talking about some optimization stuff, I'm pretty sure. I will also be making a World Domination series video on probably Friday in about 2 days, just to give you guys a heads up on everything that we know, everything I know about the WDS before it actually starts the following week. As well. And then on top of that, there is the Devil Dogs doing their own event Friday night, essentially right after Friday Night Ops. It's starting a little bit late for the East Coast at 7 p.m. Pacific or 10 p.m. Eastern. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just been seeing tweets about it and things like that, and I want to help out where I can. They're going to have a lot of streamers streaming for it and doing like a multi-stream, split stream, things like that. So that's going to be going on Connery Friday night, essentially following Friday Night Ops, and I will be taking part in that alongside Future Crew. I'm not sure how large our showing will be essentially, but I'll be there. I'll be streaming it. I'll be multi-streaming it as long as I can, at least. If it goes on into the wee hours of the morning, I gotta go to bed at some point. But just to give them a little bit of plug, that is going to be happening then, and I'd look out for like a multi-stream link, or even just on my stream. I'll give you guys links to the appropriate things if you want to watch it. It's basically going to be like a lot of large outfits or prominent outfits, slugfest in and out, I think, as far as I know, on Connery that evening. So you're welcome to join us for that, or tune in one way or another. I think that's all of the events that I wanted to cover. There's like 4 events going on in the next 3 days, so pretty cool stuff, right? Other than that, there are some other things happening, like today. You may have noticed there was a hotfix patch It wasn't as small as most hotfix patches, but it wasn't large enough to be called a game update. But nonetheless, there are new Player Studio items in the depot. I actually took these screenshots this morning. I can give you the link to this album as well. It doesn't actually show any specific previews, but you can see the various infantry gear and vehicle gear offered to each faction as of today's patch. If you haven't gotten to log in yet, if you're still at work or school or whatever, and you wanted to check any of them out, there's a lot of cool looking stuff. I'm not sure what I'll buy yet. Unfortunately, NC didn't get any helmets. TR actually got 3 helmets. Evil Pig pointed out that the mining helmet's kind of a NC themed item that TR got, which I can agree with, but I imagine it was just designed with TR in mind and it went through like that. But some pretty interesting and cool looking stuff to check out and perhaps pick up for yourself. Vanu got 2 new helmets as well. This one's open face, but it's not as open face as the other one. I think there's like some goggle part or something like that. It's like a small area that's open. It was pretty cool. And then that's the Vanu vehicle section. So if you want to check these out, you can, but you can also just hop right in game if you have access to the game on the computer that you're on. But I thought I'd put them out there just in case, since I'm getting this video out pretty early today. I do have some other things to do today, some work from home and things like that, but I'll try to get the stream up pretty early because, like I said, I won't be able to stream publicly for tonight's event, so I want to be streaming for ideally at least a couple hours for you guys today in prep for that. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is the massive optimization post that Ryan Elam made last night. I'm sure with help from Maggie and things like that. There's a lot that went into this post. This is a post of the proportions that I usually create when I was leading outfits and being an officer and managing things and things like that. I usually write a lot, and I really appreciate when other people do. So many people are like, "Oh my God, TLDR, I can't read this," but I love this stuff. I read it last night as soon as it came up, and I read every single word, and I thought about it, and I analyzed it. And when they give me more information, I'll take it, man. I'm never going to complain that something's too long. It just shows how much they care about it. I'd recommend you read this. I will put the link in the description. There has also been some follow-up comments from Maggie and Ryan answering some questions that people had in the thread. I'm not going to read it to you, but it's generally he goes over different things, why they haven't done it before, why they're doing it now. And what you might see changing in regard to specific things like physics, like the overhead manager, or the Doritos, if you will, the little triangles over people's heads, when people render, and when dynamic entities need to be updated around you. They seem like they found a lot of things where they can cut something down to 10% of its current, I've seen this number a few different times in this post, 10% of its current, whatever you want to call it, and still be effective and efficient about it. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of really great changes, especially with regard to multi-core support. There's some animation updates, some UI updates. This is where they were talking about occlusion and visibility and what's actually rendered behind things and whatnot, and how they're updating different things like Umbra and I guess other platforms that they've been working on. And I don't really know a lot of this technical stuff, of course. I mean, I can understand it completely, but it's harder for me to explain it. It'd probably be better for you to just read Ryan's post, but anyway, it's people have been asking when it's coming. They don't know. It's coming when it's ready. It's going to come in smaller patches so that they don't just completely overload everything. But it's a lot of work, and I think it's worth recognizing that. But they really do care. Something else that I thought was really awesome is this score, kind of like a 3D Mark or whatever, those benchmarking programs that they're going to have, where you can actually do a PlanetSide benchmark. It runs you through the area as if you were in an observer cam, a static area that you'll run through every time, and you'll get a score. And then after a patch you can run it again, or after you make computer upgrades you can run it again, and you can compare your scores. They'll also get the feedback, the hardware that you used, what score you got. It'll help them out, plus it'll give you a good means of comparison rather than thinking that you lost some FPS or thinking that you gained some FPS because of a patch and not really having something to compare it to. So I think that benchmark idea is really great, and I'm looking forward to this stuff, definitely. It looks like there's going to be a ton of optimization improvements for both low and high-end machines, and I'm really excited about that. The one thing that I want to know that I haven't seen answered yet is if server optimizations are a part of this. Everything I see talks about like improving your frames per second on your computer with your hardware, but I think we all know that when you get too many people in one spot, especially on a continent like Indar, that is pop locked pretty often. You get the whole medkits not working, cloaking and healing and repairing gets all wonky, jump jets get wonky, hit registration gets off. It's just not fun and not anything that anybody wants, especially if you're trying to take the game seriously or competitively. So that's my main question. Is there going to be anything done in this regard to fix those? I don't even know. Are some of these changes going to innately change that as well? I'm not sure if these changes are all just to improve the FPS of the client machine, or if they're going to fix those issues as well, because I'd really like to see them fixed. As you know, I usually get acceptable frames per second on my computer, and I understand that not everybody has a computer that good hardware-wise, but I'd really like to see server improvements as well, or I'd even like to see the population lowered per continent, if that's all that can be done to fix it, because going and just leaving Indar because it's no fun because you're lagging so bad, or rather the server's lagging so bad. I might be getting 60 FPS, but my medkits don't work, my hit registration is off, and all sorts of other frustrating things. That's no fun. And then you have to go try to find a fight that doesn't really exist on EST or Amerish, so I'm mostly in favor of something that fixes that. I don't really care if we keep 2,000 people on a continent if it can work properly, but I'd rather see less people on the continent if it can't. So I'm curious to see if we'll hear anything about that, maybe during some of the interviews. I'm actually going to make a post in this thread asking about that. I already kind of submitted a question to Maggie about it, but I'm not sure if they'll ask it, because I don't think many people want to actually reduce the population lock per continent, even though I'd be in favor of it if it meant fixing some server lag problems. But anyway, take a look at this, read through it, post your feedback. Also, like I said, read the follow-up I call them blue posts, Jesus. Dev post. You can go to the SOE post tracker in here if you're unfamiliar with the official forums, and you can actually see like when the devs make replies and read specifically the answers that they wrote and stuff like that. There's also, I think the last thing that I wanted to talk about today, the Empire quiz, which you also can see posted down here. This is kind of just for fun. I imagine a first step into the survey that they're doing in the near future, where the new player experience will be enhanced by actually answering questions in-game as part of the end of the tutorial to help you decide what class you'd be best with and give you some good starting weapons and things like that for the class that you pick. But this is just kind of like a for fun quiz for people who don't know anything about the game or the Empires, and they ask you some basic, how do you describe your wardrobe, and if you won the lottery, what would you do, what sound should a gun make, etc., etc. And basically the A answers are the VANU answers, the B answers are the NC answers, and the C answers are the TR answers. And there's like 7 questions, and it says if you picked mostly option A, go VS, B go NC, and C go TR. I mean, it's better than nothing, even if it's kind of just for fun, for people who really know nothing. And I get that question all the time on the stream: what Empire should I play if I'm new to the game? So maybe I'll send some people here now. I love the Barney and the Smurfs and the Elmo reference in this question. I thought that was a pretty clever way of asking that question, and also including the throwback to the PlanetSide 1 things that we called folks that played various empires. But anyway, it's like I said, it's just for fun, but it may also actually help somebody who's like, this sounds like the empire I want to align with, or whatever, if they don't have a better reason to pick one over the other. So nonetheless, that is there, and that link will be there too. If you're curious what my answers are, I actually answered them specifically to what, as if I knew nothing about the game, and I think I got like 4 for TR, 2 for NC, and 1 for VS. So I don't know if that means that I'm TR or if it means that I'm 4th Empire, but whatever, take that for what you think it's worth. And that's pretty much it. So I will be streaming later this evening, probably this afternoon even, not quite as late as usual, And then there's the Community Clash, there's Command Center, there's Friday Night Ops, there's the Devil Dogs event, and all of that stuff going on this week. I'll also be making a video, like I said, about the World Domination Series on Friday, so tune into that. And check out the stream at ItZMuRdA.com or twitch.tv/ItZMuRdA_TV. This was a pretty long current events video, but there was a lot of things I wanted to make sure you guys knew about, so hopefully you don't mind. Anyway, you guys have a good one, and I will see you later.